You are not lazy. For a long time, I believed I was. I used to think fear was the thing keeping me stuck. I was wrong. There's something else running underneath the fear, something that's been controlling your decisions since you were a kid, and you've never even met it. Later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. It's going to surprise you. It surprised me. But first, I need to tell you about the night my finger sat on a delete button for 30 seconds. Stay with me. This one's different. Hey, it's Mary. I'm not going to give you 5 motivational quotes today. I'm going to show you what's actually happening inside your brain when you freeze. The real mechanics. And then I'm going to show you how 4 completely different people, an Olympic diver, a broke entrepreneur, a nervous college student, and someone just like you sitting on their couch tonight, all discovered the exact same fix without ever meeting each other. Once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Let's go. I was sitting on my kitchen floor, laptop open, camera ready. My finger was on the delete button, not the record button. The delete button. I'd recorded the video already. 4 minutes, messy, my voice cracking twice. And now I sat there for almost 30 seconds just staring. That 30 seconds felt heavier than the laptop in my hands. I want you to notice something. I wasn't scared of failing. I was scared of being seen failing. Those are 2 completely different fears, and almost nobody separates them. Wait, let me back up, because to understand why my finger froze on that button, you need to understand what was happening in my brain in that exact moment. And it has a name. Deep in your brain, there's a small, almond-shaped cluster of cells called the amygdala. Don't worry, I'm not about to turn into a textbook on you. Think of it like this. Your amygdala is a smoke detector, a really old, really twitchy smoke detector, the kind that goes off when you make toast. It cannot tell the difference between a house fire and burnt bread. It cannot tell the difference between you're about to die and you're about to post an imperfect video. Both trigger the exact same alarm. Same racing heart, same tight chest, same voice in your head screaming, abort. Here's the part that shocked me when I first learned it. Scientists ran an experiment where they showed people images, some genuinely dangerous, some just unfamiliar and new. The amygdala fired almost identically for both. Unfamiliar and dangerous look the same to your brain. That's it. That's the whole trick your mind has been playing on you your entire life. Does this sound familiar? You go to send the text that could change your relationship. Chest tight. You go to hit publish on the thing you built. Chest tight. Same alarm. 2 totally different situations. Now here's a twist. Researchers found something called prediction error. Your brain constantly predicts what's about to happen, and when reality doesn't match the prediction, it panics. It doesn't like being wrong. So when you try something new, your brain isn't saying this is bad. It's saying I didn't predict this, and I hate not predicting things. That's not danger. That's just your brain's ego being bruised. I want you to actually feel the weight of that for a second. Every time you've called yourself weak for feeling afraid, you were never weak. Your smoke detector was just doing its job a little too well. Let me tell you about someone else who discovered this same lie from a completely different angle. There was an Olympic diver, years ago, who described the exact 3 seconds before stepping off a 10-meter platform. She said her body screamed at her every single time, heart pounding, legs shaking, every single dive, even after hundreds of them. A reporter once asked her, "Doesn't it ever go away?" She said something I've never forgotten. She said, "No, I just stopped waiting for it to." Read that again. She didn't beat her fear. She didn't meditate it into silence. She stepped off the platform with the fear still screaming. That's the twist nobody tells you. The goal was never to eliminate the alarm. The goal was to move while it's going off. Here's where I have to be honest with you. For 3 years, I thought I was healing by waiting for the fear to disappear before I started my channel. I wasn't healing. I was hiding. And I dressed the hiding up in really smart-sounding language so I didn't have to admit it. The day I stopped hiding wasn't a good day. I'd gotten disappointing news that morning. I hadn't slept in 3 nights. I was raw, and honestly, kind of angry. That anger is the only reason my finger moved off the delete button. I posted the video shaking, and nothing bad happened. The world didn't end. Nobody laughed at me the way my mind promised they would. That's the moment I need you to understand. It wasn't the fear leaving that let me post it. It was doing it anyway, with the fear still sitting right there in the passenger seat. Okay, now let's talk about what happens in your brain after you do the scary thing. Because this next part is where the real magic is. Actually, wait. I need to correct something I used to believe. I used to think confidence came first, and then action followed. Plan enough, feel ready, then move. That's backwards. And here's the science that proves it. There's a chemical in your brain called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the feel-good chemical you get from a reward. That's only half true. Here's what actually happens. Dopamine spikes when you take the action, not just when you get the result. Researchers studying rats found the dopamine hit came the moment the rat pressed the lever, not just when the food arrived. Your brain rewards the attempt, not the outcome. This means every single time you wait to feel ready before acting, you're skipping the exact mechanism your brain uses to build motivation in the first place. You're waiting for a feeling that can only be generated by the thing you're avoiding. Can I prove it to you with something simpler? Think about the last time you dreaded a workout. You didn't want to go, but the second you were 5 minutes in, you felt better. Not because the workout finished, because you started. That's not motivation causing action. That's action causing motivation. Most people have this completely backwards, and it's costing them years of their life. I once heard about a college student terrified of public speaking, genuinely physically ill before every presentation. Her professor gave her strange advice. He said, "Don't wait until you feel confident to speak. Speak badly, on purpose, 20 times, before it matters." So she did. She recorded herself stumbling through practice speeches in her dorm room alone, over and over, on purpose, badly by the 20th attempt, something shifted. Not because she suddenly felt brave, because her brain now had 20 pieces of evidence that speaking didn't kill her. Confidence isn't a feeling you wait for. It's a receipt your brain prints out after you've done the thing enough times. Let me make this even smaller, even more ordinary. A woman in one of my comment sections once told me she'd been starting Monday for 2 years. Not a business, not a huge dream, just a walk around her block every morning. 2 years of Mondays that never came. I told her the same thing I'm telling you. Stop waiting for Monday to feel different than today does. So she put her shoes on that same night at 9 p.m. and walked to the end of her street and back. 11 minutes. That's it. She told me later that 11-minute walk did more for her than the previous 2 years of planning combined. Not because it was impressive, because it was proof. Proof that she could keep a promise to herself. That's the part people skip. You don't need a huge action. You need any action that generates evidence. Here's the part your brain science teacher never told you in school. There's a concept called neuroplasticity. It means your brain physically rewires itself based on repeated behavior. Every time you choose the scared action over the safe inaction, you are literally reshaping the wiring in your brain. New pathway, stronger connection, easier next time. And here's the twist. Every time you choose avoidance instead, you're also rewiring your brain. You're just strengthening the avoidance pathway instead. There is no neutral option. You're wiring yourself either way. The only question is which pathway you're feeding. Wait, read that last line again. Because most people think not deciding is somehow safe. It's not safe. It's just a decision in disguise, and it's the one that keeps you stuck. Scientists studying habit formation found something interesting here too. The pathway doesn't need a huge action to strengthen. It just needs repetition. A small, brave act, repeated, rewires you faster than one giant brave act done once and never again. That should be a relief. You don't need one dramatic leap. You need a small one, over and over. Okay, so if action creates confidence, and confidence doesn't create action, why does this feel so hard to actually do? Because of something called an identity loop. Here's how it works. You don't just have habits. You have a story about who you are. And your brain will fight to keep your actions matching that story, even if the story is making you miserable. If your internal story is "I'm the person who waits until things are perfect," your brain will unconsciously sabotage anything that threatens that identity. Not because it's evil, because it's trying to keep the story consistent. This is the real reason most people fail at change. They try to change the behavior without ever touching the identity underneath it. I want to tell you about someone who broke that loop in the most unforgettable way I've ever coached. I'll call her Priya. When she came to me, she had $17 in her checking account. $17. She told me that number like it was a confession. She'd had a business idea for 4 years. Logo picked, domain purchased, never launched. One night before we started working together, she told me she sat in her car in a grocery store parking lot and cried. Not because of one big thing, because of the slow, quiet realization that 4 years had disappeared, and she was still exactly where she started. Here's the part that matters. Her story about herself was, "I'm someone who prepares." That sounds harmless. It sounds even responsible. But underneath it, the real sentence was, "I'm someone who prepares forever and never actually starts." We didn't work on her business plan. We worked on that sentence. Every single day I had her do one small, uncomfortable action, and immediately after, say out loud, "I am someone who takes action even when I'm scared." Not "I will be," not "I'm trying to be." I am. Small action, new sentence. Small action, new sentence. By week 6, she landed her first paying client, hands shaking through the entire phone call. By week 10, she had enough income to leave her part-time job. But here's the moment that actually mattered to me. It wasn't the income. It was the day she texted me and said, "Mary, I caught myself explaining a problem to my sister, and I said, that's not who I am anymore." I didn't even plan to say that. It just came out. That's the identity loop breaking in real time. Not a mindset trick, a rewiring. Today her business covers her full income. But if you ask her what actually changed her life, she won't say the money. She'll tell you about the parking lot. Remember at the start, I told you fear wasn't the real thing keeping you stuck? I said I'd tell you what actually was. Here it is. It was never fear. Fear is just a smoke alarm. Loud, annoying, but ultimately harmless. The real thing keeping you stuck is the story you've been telling yourself about who you are, and the fact that you've been waiting for a feeling to change that story instead of an action. Feelings don't rewrite your identity. Actions do. Your mind isn't broken. It's just been trained wrong. And you just learned exactly how to retrain it. Let's make this simple. Your amygdala can't tell danger from newness. That racing heart isn't proof you're in trouble. It's proof you're growing. Confidence isn't the starting line. It's the finish line. Action always comes first. You don't need a giant leap to rewire your brain. A small, repeated action beats one dramatic moment every time. And you cannot outthink an identity loop. You have to outact it. One small, uncomfortable, imperfect action at a time. One task. 5 minutes. Today, not when you feel ready. Today, if this changed something for you, subscribe. I make videos like this because 3 years ago, I needed someone to tell me the truth instead of another quote about hustle. Comment one word below, the thing you've been avoiding. I read every single one, and honestly, so will other people watching this, which might be exactly the accountability you need. So the next time your brain whispers that you're lazy, that you're not disciplined, that something is wrong with you, smile, because now you know the truth. You were never lazy. You're just standing at the edge of a new life with an old twitchy smoke alarm going off, mistaking your growth for your danger. Step off the platform anyway. I'll see you in the next video.